Hi everybody, welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm Joe. We have a special guest in studio, Representative Richard Martin from Ohio's Fighting 19th District. Hi Representative, how are you?
I'm good, Jim. I appreciate you having me on. I'm always impressed when you have one of us Republicans on, because it lets the folks know that you're willing to hear the other side. So I appreciate it.
Well, what brings you out to California?
Well, I come out here about once a year, not only to try to turn this blue state red, but I get out to Orange County and try to bring hope to suburban couples struggling to afford a second home. There's a sadness, Jim, to the croquet there that I haven't seen since they canceled Knott's Landing. I don't know if you've ever seen a fellow losing the will to live in an Adirondack chair, but
I have not.
It's not pleasant.
I have not. It does sound hilarious.
Yeah.
It does sound hilarious.
It's not funny.
Now listen, let's take a moment. Tell people about you. I always notice how you dress.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about how you dress to the people.
Well, I dress like a patriot. I dress like a fella that has respect for society. The way you dress sends a lot of cues to somebody that looks at you, starting with your hair. Mm-hmm. A lot of the fellas in the inner city wear the afro. That's because they like chaos. I wear my hair like I do because it says I want society like my hair, visibly divided. Renters over here, homeowners over there. Stay off the tracks. It runs through town. You don't want to lose your legs. I got a tie. It's a nice bold color, red. A lot of good things are red. Blood, meat, fires, bullseyes. Got a school ring. Let you know I was popular in high school.
That's what that does?
Continue to be, sure. Got a watch. Let you know I got someplace to be. Wear a nice cufflink. I used to be a cufflink model.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can be a cufflink model.
That's a very specific talent.
Where did you do your modeling at?
In the Midwest, in the Ohio River Valley, the mid to late 80s. We called that the catalog corridor. A lot of very important shoots went on there. Getting the cufflink to reflect light back at the camera is not easy. When you get that ding, we call that popping candy. And
sure.
I could pop a lot of candy.
You had a gift, you had a talent for it.
I did. I actually, one time, I got both to do it. We call that a zagnut. It's not easy, but
sure. Now, so you got.
So you look at me and you see patriot.
You're wearing a pleated khaki. I noticed.
am.
Not a lot of guys wear those.
Well, folks that have respect for society wear those. You go to my country club, everybody's got it.
Got a pleated khaki.
You look at a pleated khaki and you say, that guy is such a go-getter, he's creating things to iron. That sends a message.
No.
And I have a tasseled loafer.
I noticed you have a tasseled loafer.
Always wear a tasseled loafer.
Why is that?
Sometimes I'll even shower in a tasseled loafer. Jim, wearing a loafer without a tassel, it's like wearing a bomber jacket without Hard Rock Cafe on the back. It just doesn't make sense.
That does not make sense.
Folks see a tasseled loafer coming down the street at them and they say, my God, that fella is so successful. His shoes are having a parade.
His shoes are having a parade. Yeah. Representative Martin, I was thinking of some questions I wanted to ask you. I knew you were coming in.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney's taken a lot of grief for his binders full of women remark. Now, do you have binders full of women or binders full of minorities?
I have both. I have a nice binder full of gals. It's I actually, instead of having it alphabetized by name, I have by pretty. And I've never made it to the ugly ones in the back, but I have hired some of the pretty ones up front, and I have a binder of minorities. Well, it's not actually a binder. It's more of a it's Herman Cain's business card.
That's your binder full of minorities. Just you guys, Herman Cain's
He's
business.
my go-to guy.
Sure.
He's my bro. He taught me how to do the thing that they do, that the rap hoppers do.
Sure, the rap hoppers. Now, Republicans like to portray themselves as friends of the middle class.
Yeah.
But have you actually ever spent any time with anyone in the middle class or the working class?
That's offensive that you would suggest that we've lost touch with the middle class. Nearly every day we go in and let people from the middle class go. We gauge their reaction you know, we know what they're feeling. You know, when you've told a fellow that you're downsizing and you got to let him go because you're moving, you know, your operation to China, you learn a lot about him. Now, we're not often in the room, but we do see the tapes, and the tape doesn't lie. Yeah.
Wow, that tugs at the heartstrings there.
It can be very painful, and I can't imagine how much it's got to hurt if you actually knew their names.
Okay. Yeah. Now, do you ever worry about the financial mess that we're leaving our future generations?
No.
That's.
I was being a little glib. You know, I care about my kids deeply. I got 2 beautiful kids, 3 total, but 2 are beautiful. I never let them know which one's which. That keeps them guessing, and that builds character. But yeah, I got 3 great kids, Ronald, Wilson, and Reagan, and I love them. You know, I love them, and I can't wait. I can't wait until the day when they're rich, so I can be proud of them. My oldest boy, Ronnie's, he's the troublemaker of the 3. He's actually in rehab right now. He doesn't have a drinking problem. He was hanging out with the wrong crowd. They were at a high school party. He's a captain of the football team, and some gal got too drunk and claimed that the football team tried to take, you know, liberties with her, which is ridiculous. I mean, they're undefeated, and she's ugly. I mean, it doesn't add up. Doesn't make any sense.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
It is horrible.
No, we're talking in a different way. Now, let me ask you a question. A big gotcha question of the 2008 campaign was when someone asked John McCain what how many houses he owned.
Yeah.
How many houses do you own?
You know, that's offensive. You know, that's like me asking you how many abortions has your wife had. You know, I bet my number's lower. You know, and you know, I can always sell a house. Good luck selling a dead baby.
Okay. You know, before we go, I just noticed that, you know, we're talking about austerity again. Yeah. And, you know, I noticed in Congress, you keep voting for tax breaks and subsidies for oil companies, yet you're cutting back on programs for the poor. Can you explain that?
Sure. Yeah. My car doesn't run on poor people. You know, the last time I checked, you know, the homeless don't fit into a gas tank, although they are oily. I don't know what you liberals want us to do. You know, build an offshore hobo platform. You know, you live in a fantasy world that you think it runs on raspberries and cinnamon. It doesn't. It runs on oil and the exploited labor of poor people.
Okay. Representative Richard Martin from the Ohio's Fighting 19th District. Thanks for stopping in today. Really appreciate it.
God bless you and God bless America, Jim.
All right. You really had some horrible stuff to say. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that.